Welcome back, fight fans. Today we have got a jam-packed video for you. The MMA world is buzzing with excitement as we delve into the ominous warning from Islam Makhachev to Justin Gaethje, setting the stage for a potential clash that promises fireworks.
Islam Makhachev is gonna be new lightweight champion in Abu Dhabi. And Islam gonna beat all these guys who's gonna put in front of him. Doesn't matter who is next.
Also in this video, the current UFC middleweight champion Strickland became so disillusioned with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that he threw away his black belt, which he spent more than a decade achieving.
You know, every day, don't be a pussy. There's some days that we do act like pussies, but all we can do is try not to be one.
And for fans of Shavkat Rakhmonov, we have got insights from his manager about his potential next opponent if he doesn't face the current UFC welterweight champion, Leon Edwards. But wait, because there's more.
Israel Adesanya is dropping hints about a soon return.
You guys need to stay longer.
I'll be back.
We are also going to look at Aljamain Sterling's recent statement where he openly expressed disappointment over the pay-per-view sales of his fight against Sean O'Malley, which led to an outright revelation and backlash from the fans. Stay tuned as we unravel these intriguing stories from the world of mixed martial arts. But while we dive into the video, you know what to do. Please go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel, for which we would be immensely grateful. And without further ado, let's get started. Let's kick off today's video with the strange action of the current UFC middleweight champion Sean Strickland. He had become so disillusioned with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that he threw away his black belt, which he had spent more than a decade achieving. He published a corresponding video on social media saying, "I've wanted this piece of fabric for over a decade of my life," he put in the comments.
American Tesla driver.
Guys, that's our fucking dudes now.
That's, you know we made it, baby. Woo!
Hey, listen, motherfucker. Ain't the size of the boat.
So if you do recall that in September of this year, Sean Strickland sensationally defeated Israel Adesanya by unanimous decision and took the championship belt from Israel. His first title defense, which will be held on January 20th at UFC 297 in Toronto against Dricus du Plessis. Now, a recent exchange between Islam Makhachev and Justin Gaethje on social media has ignited the imagination of fight fans worldwide, hinting at a potential clash that does promise some fireworks. As you already know, Makhachev was originally slated for a highly anticipated rematch against Charles Oliveira, whom he defeated in a thrilling bout at UFC 280 in October 2022. However, fate had other plans as Bronx suffered an injury, forcing him to withdraw from the title fight. Meanwhile, Gaethje's impressive head kick victory in a rematch against Dustin Poirier at UFC 291 in July changed the division's landscape. Gaethje's triumph not only rekindled his winning streak, but also catapulted him back into title contention. Gaethje wasted no time in staking his claim to the lightweight throne. He took to social media with a pretty bold challenge directed at Makhachev and the UFC, effectively dismissing Oliveira as the rightful next contender. His tweet read, "Waiting on the call. Ready when you are, UFC Dana White. Let's see who can kick the other's head off first." Makhachev, Bronx had his shot and didn't show up for the rematch. It is what it is. Now Makhachev, who is known for his quiet confidence, responded cryptically but ominously, writing, "I can do more than kicking. Be careful." This exchange has set the MMA world abuzz, leaving fans salivating at the prospect of these two very dynamic fighters sharing the octagon. The clash of styles between Makhachev's technical prowess and Gaethje's explosive aggression is a tantalizing prospect that could redefine the lightweight division. One fan wrote, "You'll smoke him like you smoked Volk." Another wrote, "It's happening." Some other reactions were Islam about to add another name to his resume. This would be a dope fight. If you can KO a knockout artist of Justin's caliber with your hands, you'll definitely be considered one of the most well-rounded elite fighters of all time. I like Gaethje, but he won't be able to match the skill set of Islam. Islam is unbelievably strong and different. I always thought Gaethje was going to be champ, till I found out about you back in 2020. Please make this fight happen. Now, if you remember, recently Dana White urged us not to discount Oliveira and indicated that he should be Makhachev's next opponent. despite the fact that this fight was not too terribly long ago, and the memories of how Makhachev declassed the former champion in just 1.5 rounds are still very fresh. The problem is that Oliveira, judging by his statements, is not very eager for this fight. And it is pretty interesting how ready Oliveira usually is to avenge his defeats. The Brazilian would be a clear underdog, and it is not particularly clear when he will oppose Makhachev.
Do we want him against the guys that we've seen, or do we want to see fresh challenges? And that's where I think Islam was saying, if I want to be a great champion, I've got to have new challengers. That's why he's right. But that's where the focus should be. I don't want to see Makhachev go away. I think he's got a lot of time left in this game to be dominant. I think he's got a lot of time left in this game to fight some of the best fighters of today at 155 and 170, and fight some of the best fighters of tomorrow at 155 pounds.
But who would you like to see as Makhachev's next opponent? Justin Gaethje or Charles Oliveira? Share your thoughts down in the comments because, well, it's pretty interesting to hear what you guys have to say. Now, Shavkat Rakhmonov's manager told us who could become the fighter's next opponent, saying, logically, if the fight is not for the title, then it makes sense to fight Colby Covington, both for the UFC and for us. But Colby is already challenging Wonderboy to a fight, meaning he will do everything to avoid a fight with Shavkat. Gilbert Burns and Jack Della Maddalena will be fighting in March, and if Jack wins, he could take 4th place above Shavkat, and maybe then I'll have to fight Jack Della Maddalena. Shavkat, in fact, has been wanting to fight him for a long time. Therefore, if Della Maddalena clearly defeats Burns, this is also a potential opponent who will definitely not refuse a fight with Shavkat. Now, as you already know, Rakhmonov recently secured his 18th consecutive victory. All of them have been achieved by finishing his opponents way ahead of schedule. Furthermore, no one had ever defeated Thompson with these techniques before, but Shavkat managed to do that as well. It is only logical that this victory now establishes the Kazakh fighter as a legitimate contender for the title. Therefore, we wish him the best of luck and eagerly await Shavkat's upcoming fights. Now, Sterling recounted a conversation he had with his partner during which he expressed his dissatisfaction with the unsatisfactory number of pay-per-views. Sterling stated that if he had known that O'Malley did not have a significant fan base, he would have taken a more measured approach to facing him instead of rushing into the fight.
These are the numbers that this guy was trying to say, like he's this big pay-per-view star. I'm just like, oh my God. And then when I saw the numbers, I literally said to her, if I had any idea this is what the numbers would have been, if I could have predicted that this is what it would have been, my ass would have waited and taken my vacation then and then gear up to fight now. Because this is ultimately when they said I would be able to fight in like January, February, March, because if I didn't fight in August, I wouldn't have any other spots. So it is what it is. I rolled the dice. I trusted that the bag was going to be this wow, blow me away kind of thing, bigger than all the other ones. It wasn't. So with that being said, it is what it is. I'm still happy I made some extra money. I had a really good year. I can't complain about that. Life's good. I can take care of myself. I can take care of my family.
I knew how many people were going to come out here and wanted to watch me fight.
2 things. He wants to get paid, and he wants to fight higher level competition. So like we're going to have to pay him. Get him some fight.
We got bodybuilder Funk in the building. Quadzilla. I wanted to, what's the Mr. Olympia?
Wow.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell is that?
Now, as we look ahead, Sterling's journey takes an intriguing turn as he prepares for his featherweight debut against Calvin Kattar at UFC 300. So we will just have to wait and see what happens. But what are you thinking? What is your prediction? Go ahead and leave your thoughts down in the comments.
Israel Adesanya is dropping hints about a soon return, deviating from the original 2027 timeline he had previously communicated to his fans. Following his recent defeat and the loss of his title, Adesanya had initially suggested a prolonged hiatus from the sport. Although there is no specific timeline for his comeback at the moment, it appears that we might witness the former title holder's return to the octagon sooner than initially anticipated.
Saeed!
Hello!
Back again, brother. Alhamdulillah. Let's go. So last time I was in Dubai, Saeed, right here, took me in a ride in the P1.
Yes.
P1 McLaren. And then after that, I gotta get a McLaren. Now, we're in the Ferrari. So guess what?
You're getting a Ferrari.
Getting the Ferrari. Oh, sing, baby, sing. Ça va bien? Et tout? Oh, it's so soft.
You speak French?
Un petit peu.
Nice.
Yeah, like high school French.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll shake your other hand. Oh! Goon. Ogbono. Ota. Oh, yo. Kidney. Ah! Filet.
That is all for today, folks. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel, as it does help the development of the channel, so thank you very much in advance.